Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Melissa, and today we have Connor O'Neill with us. He is the Director of Advanced Analytics at Infused Innovations, so he's doing big stuff here with the company, and it is a pleasure to be chatting with him. I wanted to bring him on the podcast to talk all about the magic of the Power Platform. This tool is absolutely incredible. You could build out so many different projects and solve so many business problems with this tool on its own. So we're here to talk about that. But first, how are you today, Connor?
I'm doing very well. Very excited to chat. This is a really cool topic to get into and start to get into the nitty gritty of how you can really take and transform your business with these products. So
It really is. And the first time that I was introduced to it, I remember having a meeting with you. Do you remember this, Connor?
Yes.
We had a meeting and I had this business problem, and I remember you were like, okay, so we're just going to do this and this, and this is the next step, and here's all the things we can do. And I don't know if you recall how much my mind was blown away by that. I was like, holy cow, I feel like we can solve any business problem.
Yeah, I feel like this platform, the Power Platform, is really one of Microsoft's kind of like hidden gems that not everybody truly understands the power of, how you can take your business process, the steps that you're doing today, and then you can automate most of it, connect together the different steps, the different products you're using, and really save yourself time so you can focus on the important things instead of, copying and pasting or something other silly.
Automate, automate, automate. It's so important. Okay, so let's get some context first from you around the Power Platform before we kind of jump into the nitty gritty of it. So first, can you tell us what exactly is the Power Platform?
Yeah, so at really high level, the Microsoft Power Platform is a collection of low to no code development tools for automating workflows, developing business applications, and building out business intelligence tools.
Awesome. And I've seen this somewhat firsthand by just having meetings and discussions with you, but I want you to tell us, why is this platform so powerful for companies?
First, this platform is an extremely powerful set of tools from Microsoft. And what it does is really enable business users to do a lot of the things that have really often been super difficult for them to achieve, and that they would, have to reach out and have somebody in IT or a developer create something for them. So this means that due to the low, no-code nature of the platform, business users, regardless of their, technical acumen, can develop business applications to solve the problems they see. They can really take charge of automating the pain points of their workflows and their department workflows. And then they can turn that into, developing the business intelligence solutions, taking advantage of all the data connections already built out for them. So, these tools enable companies to develop solutions, iterate, and share best practices really quickly and effectively, having a huge impact on organizations. It's really cool. Microsoft worked with Forrester to do a cost estimate of utilizing what if we use the Power Platform to develop an application. And they found that working in this citizen developer mode, where you're enabling the business to leverage these low-code, no-code tools, it brought huge savings. So with large projects showing savings up to 70% post-implementation compared to previous methods. So that's pretty amazing, just off the top there. If you walked into any business and said, I can save you 70%, I don't see anybody who's not going to be interested in that.
No.
No, thank you. I want to continue to pay that extra 70%. So, and again, on top of that, further savings were achieved even from being able to replace third-party business applications and tools that they thought they needed with tools within the Power Platform. And a lot of extra benefits that necessarily directly financially quantifiable. But these solutions, they found, made users of all types more efficient. And they found that and felt that business outcomes improved across multiple dimensions, including increasing revenues, faster time to market, helping to reduce operating costs. And they really found that employees were able to get the information and create insights faster to make decisions more quickly than they were before. So especially this solution is really able to maximize the value of the other Microsoft solutions that a lot of companies are using. So if you have your Microsoft 365, your Dynamics 365, and especially if you're using Teams, you can really see huge benefits leveraging these tools. Even on the IT side, It can really help to improve security and monitoring. And a specific pain point is it really helps reduce issues of shadow IT once people don't need to go elsewhere to download or find some silly application to solve their problem.
Awesome. Yeah. And again, I saw firsthand how quickly you can solve these problems with these tools. And I'm so excited to get into examples, real life business examples of, solutions that you can create from this platform. I want to dig just a little bit deeper into the Power Platform. Give us the details of what tool sets it consists of.
Yeah, so we kind of talked, high level tools for automating workflows, business app development, and business intelligence. But, what does that even mean? So the tools you would be using that are, yeah.
I mean, you're always going to have the different types of listeners. You're going to have people who are incredibly caught up and are following, and then you're going to have people who they want to get into the nitty gritty, and they're going to need you to define those things. So thank you for going in depth about it.
Yeah, you need to know, what should I research? The tools that make up this Power Platform, first, you have Power BI, which is an extremely powerful data visualization tool for creating dashboards and reporting. Second, you have Power Automate. Power Automate you can think of as kind of the glue to all of these tools. It is your business process automation platform. Works on the cloud and in the desktop. It helps to piece together all the steps of your workflow, and even has some really cool capabilities around task mining. So being able to capture and analyze desktop activity, record actions required to complete a process, visualize a process map to analyze actions and get insight, and then actually be able to use these insights to guide recommendations to begin automating. The next tool is Power Apps. So Power Apps is super cool. This is a low-code platform for custom business app development. So essentially what you get with this is everyone gets the power to build apps that they need, and being able to build in advanced functionality that would only be available for somebody that was, a professional developer or an engineer, so things like pre-built AI components that you can add into your application, and basically provides professional developers the tools to seamlessly extend app capabilities with, Azure functions or custom connectors, so that they can even incorporate, proprietary or on-premise systems and make that available to business users, which is always a stumbling block, that's really difficult to get over. And then really cool one you can leverage is you can even build out the last tool on our list is Power Virtual Agents. So this is a great tool for creating chatbots to engage your external customers and even your employees and walk them through processes. On top of that, each of these tools on their own, as you can see, I'm sure you're thinking of, a way that you could use each individually, something that you could throw at them, but they're so powerful once you knit them all together and are able to leverage, hundreds of available connectors to build upon or integrate with really all of the systems your teams already use day to day, and be confident that any new sources you want to be able to use, you'll be able to integrate in the future.
Okay, that sounds awesome. Tell us what types of connectors you're talking about.
Yeah, so there are hundreds of connectors, and they really cover, a huge range of applications that almost all businesses end up using. So this ranges from, of course, you're going to have connectors for all of your Microsoft projects and services that you use day to day. So these would be, your OneDrive, your SharePoint, connecting to Teams, Excel, all of these great tools that you use every day. You can start to connect to them and automate a lot of the actions you're doing within them. And then on top of that, you're able to connect to hundreds of external business applications that you also may use every day. So say you use DocuSign for sending forms. Now you can connect to that with your Power Platform and start to automate, a lot of the approval process that you're standing up and things like that. Say, you do use something like Salesforce for your CRM, you're able to connect up and integrate, and now you can start to kick off processes within your Microsoft ecosystem that are beginning in Salesforce and pass information back and forth. If you have an IT service desk tool like ServiceNow, even, you can start to integrate that into and get notifications and Teams and things like that may have been, help to ease the communication between your different groups leveraging all these tools. And on top of that, one other amazing piece that you can leverage with the Power Platform is the Microsoft Dataverse. The Dataverse is, I feel like this is also another, people don't necessarily fully understand this, and it's so powerful. It's basically a cloud-based storage option for your data. And you can use that to create tables to build a business-focused definition of your organization's data for use within your Power Platform ecosystem. So this is really powerful in basically creating an easy to manage, stored on the cloud, secured data environment that your entire team can leverage and share and use to build on top of to create your Power Platform, applications and tools, and bring real insight into your workflows.
I mean, this is incredible. This is what I was talking about when I said it's magic. Awesome. Thank you for all of this. But, something that I just keep thinking is there's no way that these tools can possibly do everything. I mean, or can they? What if I have a business need that has just not been created yet?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just the reality that there's always going to be something that just is not there yet. It hasn't been developed, or it hasn't been integrated yet. And Microsoft does a great job of rolling out new connectors, monthly, always something new coming. So that's really the beauty of the Power Platform ecosystem, is that it does come backed by the full capability of Microsoft's Azure ecosystem. And so anything that you can do can generally be extended further to meet your business capabilities. So say, for instance, you have a system that needs to be integrated, then it's extremely likely that it can be used through some variety of tools available within Azure and then made available within the Power Platform ecosystem for your company. So it's not done yet. You can extend and create it.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. So it sounds like it's great for business users, but how about IT and other technical workers?
Yeah, I think business users, this really extends, capabilities that they just didn't necessarily have before, and really, solves a lot of pain points for them. And I think it does that as well for, your IT and analyst group. So, this platform is really great for IT in that it really helps with security and monitoring, and would really help to cut down on shadow IT. So the ecosystem is plugged into, Microsoft's ecosystem. And so you benefit from all of their advances they've made in security, and offers up a ton of useful dashboards and reports to monitor and manage usage right out of the box. And additionally, when they're working with the business to stand up business apps, this should really streamline, the overall process to, get the business going in the right direction. For more other technical workers outside of IT, so analysts or developers, this platform is also a huge improvement. So now they can work much closer with the business users. Working together, developers and business users can greatly expand their business capabilities, and the developers can work with and help business users along the way. And by helping the business users quickly take advantage of the low-hanging fruit with the Power Platform tools, they can put their time towards more high-impact projects for the organization. So it really is a win-win for both sides. And Microsoft has some really cool things in preview, like the Fusion team development. And this is a big focus on helping developers and business users really collaborate effectively to speed and standardize development across the organization.
Can you tell us some of the other awesome features of the Power Platform that are currently existing or that are in preview? I'd love to know more about it.
Yeah, so one awesome one, of course, I think the Fusion platform, as I mentioned before, is great. It will be a huge help to enable easy collaboration between teams of developers and business users. What that's going to do is just really help speed digital transformation, which is a huge benefit to all businesses. Additionally, in preview, the ability to publish Power Apps as mobile applications for Android and iOS. I think this will really ease delivery and also use the use of apps. So make it a lot simpler for people to be able to install and open and get to the apps that they use every day. Power Automate has a lot of really cool things that, I think a lot of people don't really know about these features, which is why it's great to highlight them here. One of them is that you can use it to automate desktop activities and do task mining, where you record the actions to complete a process and then actually generate a process map off of that and be able to analyze, the activities within the process. in preview, and this is huge for organizations. I've seen companies take on process mining tasks, and it is all encompassing. Somebody has their process map that runs around the conference room 6 times, and nobody can make sense of that, right? It's too much, and then to change and update, it's so much work. So what's really cool is in preview is process mining, which will enable you to really understand complex business processes across your organization. And this is really powerful to find and fix inefficiencies in your workflows and really greatly simplify the process of creating and maintaining these process maps. Another cool feature is that you can quickly and easily leverage your AI or machine learning workflows within the ecosystem, or leverage a series of pre-built models from Microsoft, which they've made available to everyone to tackle a lot of common challenges that we see. So this is really powerful in helping a business to leverage advanced capabilities that they just weren't able to do before, and also helps to solve a huge headache for your engineering teams where you're trying to put your models into production and don't want to necessarily have to stand up a whole custom application for that. Leveraging the Power Platform, you can very quickly get your model into the hands of the people who are going to use it.
Obviously, a huge common theme here is working smarter, not harder, automate things, get them in systems and processes. And I love it. Can you give us some practical, real life business problems that have been solved? Obviously, without naming clients, some actual real life business problems that have been solved so that people can kind of get an idea of just how incredible this is.
These tools do so much. So a lot of times it's really tough to imagine, what you can do with it until you can get an example or sit down with somebody and have them walk you through where they can change your business with these tools. So I think one of the really cool examples that I've found is an example of how a large cellular provider was able to use the power of the Power Platform to basically take and streamline by creating an app for their process to submit, approve, manage, and view customer initiatives. So this company was, regularly bringing new customer initiatives, and there was an entire process around submitting them, getting them approved, people managing the life cycle of them, thousands of these going on at the same time. That's a huge process to manage, and it requires a lot of people. So each initiative can depend on anywhere from 5 to 15 employees at a single stage and span across a ton of different types of employees, project members, team leads, executives, and across all functional areas. So how can you make it so that all of these people can be able to submit the information they need to submit, be able to view the information they need to be able to view, be able to approve or deny or manage what's going on, And so before leveraging the Power Platform, they didn't have a centralized business process for this. So a lot of it was just kind of done in Excel. And it was very manual. There was a lot of information being passed around. It's not in one place. It's tough to find information about initiatives. So there was a lot of extra work, and it was really labor intensive to basically take a customer initiative, submit it, approve it, and manage the life cycle of it. So what they ended up doing was creating an application leveraging the Power Platform. And basically what this did is centralize that entire process and removing all of that manual labor-intensive pieces, enabling everybody within that chain to be able to very easily see what is going on with the process, what's being submitted, what's approved, what needs to be approved, manage that workflow and really scale out the process so that they could really focus on the important piece, which is really being able to conduct these customer initiatives, make them successful, track how they're doing, all that important, really insight driving business value, not the updating Excel and things like that. So this was really cool for them. And, so the process for them now has, become something that's automated and where all, the team members and stakeholders can really easily view the initiatives and data supporting them quickly and easily. And this created for them, essentially a single source of truth for this business process. And the app itself because of its low code, no code nature, is so easy to modify as the business requirements change for this process. So they're not stuck. They don't have to submit a change order to develop new functionality for the application. They can update it themselves and continue on.
Oh, that's huge. I mean, it's huge that they're able to go in and update it in real time, change everything, because once you've got that workflow in place, it's like you build it that one time. You don't want to have to go in and recreate the wheel. Another really cool thing that I don't think that people realize is you can optimize business operations and systems that are as tiny as getting a workflow for blogs, right? Submitting blogs. I mean, that's something that we're working on here at Infused Innovations. It's such a simple, small thing, but like you said, it's so tedious and it takes up so much time to email people to get things approved. And it's like to have everything in that one place, it saves so much time. And then at the end of the day, your employees are happier because they're spending and directing their energy on the things that matter, that, like you said, drive value in the business. Therefore, they're getting more things done. They'll be recognized for that value instead of having to send the emails, copy the links, all of the small things that really at the end of the day, like you said, just can be automated and we don't need to be spending our time on. Let me ask you this. If a leader or executive was listening to this, someone, who has, who's high up in their organization and says, wow, we need this, we need this bad. How can they go about getting this tool if they wanted it?
Yeah. So, I think that's also one of the really cool things that not everybody fully knows is that a lot of this functionality is contained in your Office 365 or Dynamics 365 licenses. So you may already have the ability to go in and do a lot of these things that you're starting, the wheels are turning in your head, how could we, automate this or how could we take this workflow and start to apply the Power Platform to it? You may have the capabilities already for it, which is awesome. And then on top of that, there are more advanced capabilities that you can license at the per user per app level or at the per user level. And, a big part of that will be also making sure that you have the correct Dataverse storage that you need to support your application and things like that. And so that's another way that you can add that functionality to your business, through licensing it that way. And we here at Infused Innovations are always, happy to sit down and talk to anybody about how they can leverage the Power Platform to automate their business processes and really speed their digital transformation.
Thank you so much, Connor. I feel like you are just full of so much information and so much knowledge. And every time I talk with you about the Power Platform, my mind is racing full of amazing things that we could do, even for our organization. And I know this is going to be so valuable for so many organizations and just leaders who are listening. So thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This is a really exciting topic and, something really fun to complete these projects. I hope that be able to work on a lot of these internally and with a lot more clients, help them see the value of this. I feel like we just scratched the surface of this topic and lots of other exciting topics. So
thank you, Connor.
Thank you.